There is an undeniable pull to exploring an underground city. They carry a cinematic mystery that makes them premium, bucket list travel destinations. But the term underground city is a broad label for vastly different experiences. A Cold War bunker serves a completely different purpose than an ancient salt mine, and your choice determines the reality of your trip. Reaching these sites requires significant resources, international flights, limited vacation days, and often severe physical exertion. Booking a trip based purely on pop culture hype risks a miserable experience stuck in a dark, tight tunnel you weren't prepared for. To find the right fit for your travel style, we are mapping out 5 premier underground destinations. This matrix evaluates them by required budget, physical effort, and the actual experiential payoff. Understanding the original historical purpose of a subterranean site is the only way to predict if the physical toll of visiting it will yield a worthwhile return. Derinkuyu, located in the volcanic rock of Turkey's Cappadocia region, is an 18-story metropolis dating back to the 8th century BC. It was engineered to hide up to 20,000 people from invading armies. Reaching it requires traveling deep into the Turkish interior. Once inside, visitors must physically squeeze through tight, steeply angled ventilation shafts. The architecture here is unpolished and utilitarian, a maze designed strictly for defense rather than ornamental beauty. This is pure defensive engineering. Residents could seal off entire levels from attackers by rolling monolithic stone doors across the passageways. Derinkuyu prioritizes harsh historical reality over visual aesthetics. For travelers who value comfort or struggle with claustrophobia, this high-effort destination is likely a hard pass. Petra in southern Jordan is a 2,000-year-old Nabatean caravan city with massive pop culture cachet and famous cinematic appearances. It demands a high travel budget, complex international logistics, and miles of hiking through severe desert heat. The payoff is world-class. Emerging from the narrow canyon crevices reveals 130-foot ornamental facades hand-chiseled directly into the sandstone cliffs. However, the experience focuses on these spectacular exteriors viewed out in the open air. Petra delivers peak architectural awe, but requires massive logistical effort and navigating heavy crowds. It is an experience of towering cliff faces rather than deep earth exploration. Poland's Wieliczka salt mine is a 13th century industrial site that extends more than 1,000 feet beneath the surface. Logistical friction here is exceptionally low, major tourist hub of Krakow, making it highly accessible for standard European itineraries. The tour is comfortable and well lit, featuring subterranean chapels and intricate chandeliers made entirely of salt crystals. This accessibility comes with a trade-off. With its flood-lit sculptures and paved walkways, the environment feels heavily curated and museum-like. Wieliczka offers a pristine, low-barrier excursion for time-poor travelers, prioritizing polished accessibility over raw, unpolished mystery. In Ethiopia, Lalibela consists of 11 Christian churches commissioned by a devout king in the 12th century. The engineering is unique. These structures were hewn top-down from single, monolithic slices of volcanic rock, then hollowed out entirely below the Earth's surface. Reaching them takes a high investment, involving flights to the Ethiopian highlands and trekking through elevated, rocky terrain. Lalibela remains a deeply active religious center for the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, hosting thousands of pilgrims throughout the year. Exploring this site requires balancing physical interest with deep respect, as visitors are sharing a sacred, living space with up to 100,000 pilgrims annually. The underground city of Naours in northern France began as a 3rd century Roman quarry before expanding into a 300-room medieval village hidden beneath a forested plateau. Travel input is minimal, as the site serves as an easy detour for tourists already exploring the historic battlefields of the Somme. The space is defined by layers of overlapping history rather than monolithic architectural grandeur. This includes over 2,000 pieces of graffiti left on the cave walls by Allied soldiers during World War I. Naours is a highly efficient historical footnote for European road trips, delivering a fascinating experience with very low logistical friction. Declaring one city the absolute best is impossible. Success depends entirely on aligning a site's reality with your specific travel profile and physical capacity. This flowchart sorts the destinations by your primary travel constraint, splitting the path by time, budget, and physical goals. For high historical yield with minimal logistical friction, focus your European itinerary on Wieliczka and Nauwers. Travelers who want to study survival engineering and don't mind a dusty, physically demanding experience should book a flight to Derinkuyu. Those seeking pure architectural awe should prepare for the heavy resource investment and physical toll required to reach Petra or Lalibela. Audit your personal tolerance for physical effort and travel costs, and choose the underground destination that matches your actual travel capacity.